Hello and welcome to Kashmir Now. I'm your host Lipakshi Khurana. Let's take a look at the headlines of today's show. Poor infrastructure fuels massive protest in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. District Administration Poonch to launch mobile connectivity on historic Mughal Road stretch. After decades, it's a full house for Hollywood flicks in Srinagar. The renovation in Kashmir's historical Ghanta Ghar in full swing ahead of India's 75th Independence Day. And in our special section of Incredible India, we take you to Sri Durgiana Temple of Punjab, where newlyweds come to seek blessings of Goddess Durga. Let's begin the show with Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, where massive protests were reported in the Palandri area. The people in this area have been suffering due to poor infrastructure, especially the roads. They have now decided to expose Pakistan government's discriminatory policies for giving no attention to the demands of people in POK. Here's a report.
A large number of people took to the streets of Palandri region in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir against poor infrastructure, high inflation and rampant corruption in the occupied territory. They shouted anti-government slogans and called out administration's lackadaisical and corrupt attitude. In response, the local authorities enforced Section 144 to disperse the protesters, but the demonstrators persisted and vowed to sustain their protests until their issues were addressed and demands were met.
One word can describe the situation of the infrastructure in Pakistani-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan as well. And that one word is appalling. The situation, the condition of infrastructure in both these occupied territories is appalling. The roads are broken, the bridges are gone so weak that at times only one vehicle can pass those bridges. Most of the bridges have collapsed. The bridges from pre-partition era have collapsed. And on top of that, when contractors build a road, after one rain or in 2 months, that road becomes full of potholes again. Talking about infrastructure, the health infrastructure has collapsed totally. There are no rural health centers in villages to cater for the sick in far-flung mountainous regions. There are no schools and colleges available for children where they can get free education. The university education level is absolutely a joke.
The people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir have time and again accused Islamabad of turning a blind eye to the hardships faced in POK region. Limited availability of resources for the locals and inadequate infrastructure have only worsened the situation. In an attempt to put an end to the power outages in the Skardu region, a large number of residents participated in a demonstration, carrying banners urging the authorities to recommence work on the 3 power projects. The people residing in both Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan are experiencing severe food shortages, and businesses are facing financial ruin due to the lack of access to power and electricity. As a result, thousands of individuals have lost their jobs, as businesses and small industrial workshops have been compelled to close down due to the prevailing circumstances.
5 days ago, a vehicle falls into a deep ravine in Gilgit-Baltistan. 6 people die on the spot. The rest are taken to the hospital for serious injuries. Nothing happens. The following day, another vehicle falls down the ravine, and ironically 6 people die in the second accident as well. So within 24 hours, 12 people have lost their lives, but nobody cares. Why? There are no safety walls around mountainous roads. There are no road signs. There are no structures on the road that can help to reduce the speed of a vehicle. So the situation in Pakistani occupied Jammu and Kashmir is appalling, and people are protesting.
The residents of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan have repeatedly hit the streets to protest and demonstrate, seeking fair treatment and adequate attention to address the poor state of infrastructure and government negligence in the region. Unfortunately, their pleas have fallen on deaf ears, as the authorities have shown little concern for their plight and have remained indifferent to their situation.
Let's now move to Jammu and Kashmir. In a much-awaited move, the district administration Poonch plans to introduce mobile connectivity on the historical Mughal road stretch within a few days. The road, previously lacking mobile connectivity, posed a risk during heavy sliding and accidents. This development comes as great news for travellers and locals commuting from Poonch to Kashmir, ensuring better communication and safety along the Mughal road route.
The historical Mughal Road in Poonch district of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir has remained deprived of mobile connectivity for years. As the road passes through a landslide-prone area, there was an urgent need to set up a communication network. The mobile connectivity could aid the early warning system and help avert accidents on the road. In the case of accidents due to landslides, the mobile connectivity would enable commuters to send messages to the nearest help center available. Taking cognizance of the crucial matter, the government is installing additional towers for the enhanced and seamless connectivity in the region.
जैसे आप जानते हैं कि मुगल रोड का आधा हिस्सा पुंछ और शोपियान दोनों ज़िलों में है। मैं 3 साल पहले डीसी शोपियान था, तब भी मैं ये कनेक्टिविटी के एब्सेंस से परेशान था। अभी भी जब से पुंछ आया हूँ तब से ही परेशान हूँ। 2 पैचेस रहते हैं हमारे, एक तो अबव पोशाना और बिलो पोशाना, और जो अबव पोशाना है दैट इज़ रफली मिड पॉइंट ऑफ द Poonch stretch of Mughal Road. Almost total Mughal Road length in Poonch is 41 kilometer, और उसमें से पुशाना is on 22 kilometer. और सिर्फ पुशाना टाउन एरिया जो है, जो रादर मैं कहूँगा सिर्फ पुशाना मोड एरिया जो है, उसी में ही थोड़ी बहुत इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी रहती है, और वो भी क्योंकि हम DKG से वो सिग्नल बाउंस करते हैं। तो उससे पूरा जो ऊपर स्ट्रेच है, हाफ ऑफ द मुगल रोड स्ट्रेच ऑफ पुंछ, दैट इज़ विदाउट कनेक्टिविटी। और बिटवीन पोशाना एंड चंडीगढ़ तकरीबन जो 10 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच है, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो विदाउट कनेक्टिविटी। और जैसे आप जानते हैं कि पीक सीजन में ऑलमोस्ट thousands of vehicles apply every day. In fact, अभी मैं आपको बता दूं कि around 700 vehicles are coming down on the Mughal Road, and around 500 are going up every day. And this number is bound to rise in the next month. So repeated accidents जब भी होते थे, तो we were not able to say get information in time, or even coordinate rescue operations in time.
The Mughal Road is a vital link that connects the Poonch district in Jammu and Kashmir to the Kashmir Valley. The terrain and remoteness of the Mughal Road has made it even more challenging for the government to establish mobile connectivity in the region.
It took me a lot of coaxing and coercion with the telecom companies to get this done. Even though Universal Service Obligation (USO) is legally binding the arrangement with MITI and the telecom companies, but they were not very forthcoming about this. So, but finally, after taking certain steps, they relented, and right now we are going for the cow tower, the cellular on wheels, which is a concretely installed tower, but it will be taken down in the peak snowfall season. So during the operational months, the 8 months that is from March till March till November, this tower is functional, and this is currently installed around 400 meters below Pir Ki Gali on Poonch side, and it will be enough to sustain most of the area. We are also additionally going for some augmentation of the other towers around the area, because they work in a triangulation system, so the signal gets enhanced by if one point comes up strongly. So this way we are sure that we'll be able to cover most of the stretch. जो आमदो-रफ्त है उसके लिए भी ये काफ़ी ज़रूरी है. Tourists, civilians of all kinds, उनके लिए ये काफ़ी अहम चीज़ होती है. किसी का ब्रेक डाउन हो जाए, कुछ टायर पंचर हो जाए, या किसी और तरीके की कोऑर्डिनेशन की ज़रूरत हो, तो उसे सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ होना ज़रूरी है.
The benefits of this ambitious project are manifold. The installation of additional towers will significantly enhance mobile network coverage, enabling residents, travelers and businesses to stay connected. Poonch, with its breathtaking landscapes and rich cultural heritage, has immense potential for tourism. Better mobile connectivity will attract more tourists to the region and boost the local economy. The project is a milestone achieved by the government in the region's development and will further pave way for a prosperous future for the locals.
Moving on, the entertainment industry in Jammu and Kashmir suffered for many decades due to terrorism and violence. Now, the situation is changing since after the abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35A, and entertainment sector is getting a new lease of life. The recent screening of Hollywood movies in theatres in Kashmir Valley witnessed a house full. Moviegoers appreciated the idea, as it was not the usual screening of just Bollywood and regional movies. Now in decades, for the first time, audiences would be able to connect with international cinema.
The summer capital of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir is witnessing a flurry of development initiatives from the government. Not just skill and infrastructure development in Kashmir, the government is taking good care of socio-cultural growth of the people too. Roping in several private players to open cinema theatres in Kashmir, the government is encouraging development of more entertainment avenues for the people. The cinema theatres are running full house for Hollywood movies released recently. Locals say this is happening for the first time in decades.
सर मैं मूवी देखने के लिए आया था सर, क्योंकि हॉलीवुड जो हम देखते थे फ़ोन पे तो उतना मज़ा नहीं आ रहा था, लेकिन अब जो दर फैमिली ने सर इतना ये अच्छा ये कंसेप्ट लाया यहाँ पे सिनेमा का, हॉलीवुड देखने का मौका, तो कश्मीरियों को पता नहीं था हॉलीवुड होता क्या है सर, तो ये बहुत बड़ा इनिशिएटिव है जो दर फैमिली ने यहाँ पे इंट्रोड्यूस किया है, तो बहुत मज़ा आया सर, बहुत अच्छा एनवायरनमेंट यहाँ पे, एम्बियंस बहुत अच्छा है। तो जब हॉलीवुड मूवी रिलीज़ हो रही है सर तो डेफिनेटली सारे लोग आएंगे। मैं 5-6 बार आया हूँ इससे पहले भी यहाँ पे, जैसे मैंने अवतार देखी है, ब्लैक एडम देखी है, अब ओपनहाइमर है, बारबे है, बहुत अच्छी मूवी है सर ये, तो ये बड़ा इनिशिएटिव है इसके लिए कश्मीरियों के लिए।
Earlier, a mix of Bollywood and regional films were being showcased in the cinema theatres. as Hollywood movies weren't as popular among cinema lovers. However, new Hollywood movies released in the theatres in Kashmir are garnering much popularity. The full house in theatres was a pleasant surprise for both the cinema owners and the movie lovers in Kashmir. With increasing popularity of cinema, the owners are planning to introduce more entertainment facilities for the people.
जहाँ तक एंटरटेनमेंट की बात करें तो इससे पहले यहाँ पे कोई एंटरटेनमेंट का जो हब था यहाँ पे नहीं हुआ करता था, तो अब दर साहब की मेहरबानी से यहाँ पे हमारा ये जो रिवाइव किया है सिनेमा कल्चर जो था कश्मीर का, उन्होंने यहाँ पे ये रिवाइव किया है। और इसके साथ साथ सिनेमा के साथ साथ यहाँ पे ऊपर हमारा ये पैवेलियन का भी जो कि बड़ा ही अच्छा ये गेमिंग जोन है, यहाँ पे मोर देन 17,000 स्क्वायर फीट का जो है यहाँ पे लार्जेस्ट गेमिंग जोन का इनेकाद हुआ। तो इस हिसाब से हमारा जो मेन पॉइंट है ये जो गेमिंग और ये एंटरटेनमेंट इनको कोलैब होके एक एंटरटेनमेंट हब बनाया जाए।
सर मुझे लगता है बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है और आगे चल के और भी बेटर होगा। अब आप देखिए ऊपर हमारा पवेलियन लगा है स्पोर्ट्स, तो अब फैमिलीज आ रही हैं, पूरा दिन यहाँ पे स्पेंड करती हैं, कभी गेम्स खेलते हैं, कभी पिक्चरें देखते हैं, कुछ खाना खाते हैं। और आगे हम चल के बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस ईयर गॉड विलिंग एक फूड हॉल भी लगाएंगे जिसमें हम स्पेशलिटी फूड्स का भी करेंगे और थोड़े ब्यूटी पार्लर जैसे सैलून्स वगैरह लगाएंगे। सो होपफुली इट विल बी अ मिक्स कि जब फैमिली आए तो हर एक के लिए कुछ ना कुछ करने को हो और पिक्चर सारी फैमिली देखने आए।
The success of Hollywood movies at the cinema theatres in Srinagar is giving hope to cinema owners and distributors who have been striving to diversify their offerings. This achievement has opened doors for more Hollywood films to be screened in the future, providing the audience with a wider range of movie options.
And ahead of the Independence Day celebrations, the restoration work of the clock tower, popularly known as Ghantaghar, in the Srinagar district of Jammu and Kashmir is in full swing. The renovation work was launched after a partial dismantling of the iconic tower a few months ago and has now reached near completion, receiving applause from the local community.
In line with the Government of India's Smart City project to provide a fresh comprehensive makeover to cities across the country, the historical landmark of Ghantaghar in Srinagar is undergoing renovation. Originally constructed as an advertisement by Bajaj Electricals, the Ghantaghar was later built in 1979 following the request of Sheikh Mohammad Abdullah, the then Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. It replaced the Red Square, which was developed previously by Christians. The ongoing revamp initiated by the government is in full swing, and the renovation work is expected to be completed before Independence Day.
15 अगस्त से पहले यहाँ पे होगा और आप पोलो व्यू जैसा है न्यूयॉर्क इसको ऐसा भूल जाओगे, आप इतना बढ़िया बन के आएगा।
The construction work at Lal Chowk and several other areas is in progress, with the bulldozers and hammer-wielding labourers are diligently renovating the roads and footpaths using high-quality bricks and materials. These efforts can be seen as part of the government's welfare project aimed at regenerating Kashmir's cultural heritage and providing ample opportunities to locals.
These are 3 projects यहाँ पे, एक है घंटाघर, फिर ये पूरा लाल चौक का जो एरिया है, तीसरा रेजिडेंसी रोड जो बराबर हमारे TRC तक का है। सो तीनों प्रोजेक्ट्स आर ऑलमोस्ट टिल कंप्लीशन, अगले 10-15 20 days में they'll all be complete 100%. घंटाघर is 100% complete. घंटाघर में actually illumination वगैरह करना था, वो सब हो गया, उसकी टेस्टिंग करनी थी, इस वजह से बाहर का जो इसका जो ये सपोर्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर लगाया जाता है लोगों के चढ़ने के लिए, वो दैट इज़ वाई इंटेंट. अदरवाइज इसका पूरा काम कंप्लीट है. बेस में हम लोग इसमें बैठने की जगह बनाना चाह रहे हैं इसके अराउंड, उसमें द्यूरी लगाएंगे, तो जो ही हम ये बाहर का रिमूव करेंगे दैट विल डू इट. रेस्ट इट इज़ ऑल कंप्लीट.
Following the amendment of Article 370, India's Union Territory, Jammu and Kashmir, is experiencing significant development. The revival of Ghantaghar in the heart of Srinagar is just one of the many projects carried out by the government to reshape and revitalize the Union Territory into a new Kashmir. And this is just the beginning. There are many more ambitious initiatives yet to come.
Moving on, the month of Sawan is considered to be the most sacred period for worship. The newlyweds in Punjab visit Sri Durgiana temple during Sawan to seek blessings from goddess Durga. The Sri Durgiana temple in Amritsar bears a striking resemblance to the Golden Temple. During this time, newlywed women embellish themselves with floral jewellery assisted by their spouses. Let's take a closer look at these traditions.
The city of Amritsar in India is the home to the world's most sacred pilgrimage site among the Sikh community, the Golden Temple. Although it is popularly known as a land of Sikhism, the city flaunts a wide variety of cultural influences. Sri Durgiana temple in Amritsar, although it's a center for Hinduism, it draws a stark similarity with Golden Temple. Revered among Punjabi Hindus and Sikhs alike, the temple derives its name from the Hindu goddess Durga. As per the Hindu lunar calendar, the month of Sawan is considered the most sacred period for worship and several other religious activities. The newlyweds in Punjab and from outside the state visit the Sri Durgiana temple every year to seek blessings from the goddess. During the auspicious month, the newlywed women adorn flower-inspired jewellery. The men assist their wives in putting on their flower jewellery after they select the design. The antique Radha Krishna sculpture in the temple is where newlyweds bow their heads and pray for a blissful married life.
As a new bridal, यहाँ पे श्रृंगार होता है सावन के महीने में, तो मैंने भी अपनी फैमिली के साथ यहाँ पे श्रृंगार किया है. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. मैं स्पेशली चंडीगढ़ से यहाँ आई हूँ. मैं चंडीगढ़ रहती हूँ. यहाँ हम लोग स्पेशली श्रृंगार के लिए आए. हम यहाँ सावन का त्यौहार मनाने आए हैं दुर्गियाना मंदिर. सावन में फूलों का श्रृंगार बहुत अच्छा लगता है. गहनों के श्रृंगार से ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है. न्यूली मैरिड कपल अपनी फ्यूचर लाइफ के लिए आशीर्वाद लेने जाते हैं कि सब अच्छे से रहे.
Sri Durgiana temple in the city is considered a religious site for centuries. The massive, wonderfully sculpted silver doors that have the incarnations of Vishnu and other gods etched on them are what give the temple its other name, Silver Temple. All day long, bhajan kirtans are performed inside the temple and the worshippers participate and enjoy the ambience.
ये हर साल दुर्गियाना मंदिर में ये जो श्रृंगार किया जाता है, ये नव दंपति जो है अपने पति की दीर्घायु के लिए, अपने संतान की लंबी आयु के लिए अपना कलियों से श्रृंगार करती हैं. और हर साल श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण मंदिर में भगवान श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण जी का, श्री कृष्ण दरबार, श्री राम दरबार का हर साल सावन महीने में श्रृंगार किया जाता है, कलियों का श्रृंगार किया जाता है.
Due to several mythical and historical ties, the sacred city of Amritsar, which was established by the 4th Sikh Guru Ram Das Ji, has come to take special significance in Hindu mythology. The central structure, in a similar manner, rises from the midst of a tank and has canopies all around it. A well-known repository of Hindu scriptures in the temple is everywhere from its walls, pillars, corridors and most evidently in the hearts of the pilgrims.
Well, that's all we have for you in this week's episode. Goodbye and take care.